Hi, I'm Joyce, and like most of you, I've been stuck in self-isolation, avoiding the thing that cannot be named, you know, for YouTube's sake. And I'm assuming, like most of you, I've been trying to keep myself busy with random activities, watching a lot of stupid content, and also some other things like I've been learning the Korean alphabet, which nice. And I've been also trying to learn myself some choreo, which is going pretty okay, I'd guess. Why are you on the ground? For this video, I wanted to talk about a art project. So, a little bit of backstory. I'm a senior in high school, or at least I was until, the outbreak. And I haven't done art in a long while because it's not a subject I actually have, but it's a subject I had at some point in middle school. And most of the projects were not what I expected from art class because I actually like being creative and drawing and all of that. I like doing arts, right? But the subject art was really not what I expected, and the history, like what we had to learn about it, was really not up my alley. But there was one particular project that I really liked. But it is also the only project I never got back, actually. Like, I did get a grade for it, but it never got handed back to me like the rest of the project. So I was kind of pissed about that for a few years. Until this beautiful time came around and I had enough time to remake it on my own. But because it's been such a long time since I've made this project, I needed some kind of guidance. So I remembered that I took a picture of it while I was working on it, but it was like in the middle of the process, not a great picture, especially because my camera was covered in sand and dust and broken. But I tried to use it as a reference nonetheless, and I started. So, in order to remake this project, I first needed to find the picture I used as a reference last time. Which is a picture of me I took a few years ago, but it actually is still a good picture, actually. And because this picture has a good sense of contrast in it, with the dark and light colors going around, and because I don't think I have taken a picture that is good for this project since, I just ended up reusing this one, because I like it actually. After that, I decided on what kind of paper I would draw this project, and I had some spare A3 format papers lying around, so I decided to use those. So in order to make this project, you have to make your picture black and white, if that makes sense. I used the app PixArt, not sponsored by the way, when I first made this project, but this time I had my dad help me because he has a lot of Photoshop apps on his computer, so he helped me make the picture black and white. And he also helped me split the pictures in two A4 formatted papers, so the printer could actually print my picture, which is some kind of difficult if you don't have that photoshopping program. But I think that if you are trying to make something like this, but anyway, I think you could adjust it to a certain size so you can split it over 2 A4s equally, I guess. I don't know how to explain this otherwise. Anyway, so my dad helped me print it out and we stuck the 2 A4s together and a good picture of me came out of it. So after that I stuck a white A3 paper on top of it and stuck the two pieces together. So now for the actual art part of this video. I stuck the two pieces to a window so you can see the light from the other side, or you can also use like these light boxes that they have, so you can lay your pieces on top of that. Either way, you should be able to see your picture, the black and white picture, through the white piece of paper. I hope you get what I'm saying. And then you should be able to trace the silhouette onto the white paper with a pencil. And make sure to get all the pieces and all the tiny little specks and dots and corners and all of that, because they will make for a nice touch of detail in the end, actually. So after you've finished drawing and finished cleaning the window because your mom was yelling at you the entire time that you were making the window dirty, you should have a nice little sketch. And to continue, you have to draw your own name into the silhouette that you just made. It's a very easy concept, and trying to describe something so simple makes it almost seem complicated because I'm trying to use big words and big sentences, but it's really not that difficult. And you can manipulate your name a little bit, like you don't have to start every name with the same letter. If you get what I'm saying, like you can also at some point start in the middle of your name, if that looks better, for example. And be very careful with the details in the face, because they will make or break your portrait. So if you're done with that, you should have something like this. And if you don't have something like this, then I don't know what you are doing. Anyway, after that I traced the letters with a black liner pen. And I think you should too, so you have some kind of guidelines. Even if you're not gonna fill it in with the same pen like I did, because I get it, it's a lot of work. It's tedious. I don't know why I did it either. But if you're using paints or a bigger marker or anything else, basically it's good to have some guidelines. So after you have these guidelines, you can always decide to not fill it in, actually, because the portrait doesn't look bad like this. Certainly doesn't, actually. But I decided to follow what I did a few years back and color it in. Anyway, I recommend using anything else than a black liner pen, because this took me ages, and even though I filmed segments of this at the same time of day, it did take me like 3 days. So after you're done, you should have something like this. And you can see if you've missed any spots, because if you're doing it right, your pencil sketches should still be around somewhere, actually. And now that you have everything filled in, or if you're still at the point where you just made the lines and left it like that, you are now at the point that you can erase the sketches you made in the very beginning, so you are only left with black lines or black letters, depending on which one you chose. And now your portrait should be finished. So I have the finished piece right here, and I know you've seen it a few times already, but I am very proud of it, actually, because the original piece was way smaller than this, actually, but it took me 3 pens, and this one only took me 1 pen, which is kind of baffling, actually. But anyway, I'm very proud of this one because it has a nice retro vibe, and I am finally happy to have this piece in my home and not somewhere lost and forgotten in my school. So now that my piece is finished, I hope you enjoyed this video. Maybe try this thing for yourself. The project is pretty fun to do if you have a few black pens to spare, I guess. And obviously a lot of time, but that shouldn't be a problem right now. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I also hope to see you in the future, because I'll be making some more exciting things, maybe, if I am ever allowed to go outside again. But then again, I am a high school senior, like I said, so university is coming up. So expect more content, you know, related to that, because that's what my life is going to be. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this, and I guess I'll see you in the next video. Bye!